distance. I'm talking Isaiah in Chicago, not knowing one day he'll be a champion Piston. We all can use guidance, having an open ear to hear one's pain, and save a life in the hood before that young man starts to gang bang. Same thing I said to my son. The battle has just begun. Sometimes it takes isolation and being in the right place at the right time to get certain things done where we from. Eyes is always watching. You see, some talent just need a little bit of molding. You see, some people be scared to use their gift until their spirit just can't control it. Who is your influence? Who did you want to be like? I couldn't blur out seeing the dope man, but I still feel Pac and Stevie Wonder when I write. Help each other, help each other. Some rich people turn their back and forget somebody that gave them the game. If you caught a blessing, help somebody else catch a blessing and do the same. Help each other, help each other. You see, I want to install moral and character, but it's so easy to get caught up in all this nonsense while being a black man in America. So who was your brother? Who could have been your equal to keep you? Born alone, die alone, suffer inside that mental evil. All because some didn't. Help each other, help each other. Welcome back. For the new viewers, I thank you for tuning in. It's your man, Rap Talk Poetry. About to give off a little bit of spoken word, a little bit of game. Talk to y'all on this Monday evening. I'm talking about Monday evening. Well, Monday afternoon, you know, the clocks done went back. So some people kind of a little bit threw off what they say, spring forward and fall, winter, you fall back an hour. It usually only take me a couple of hours to adjust to it, maybe one day. Matter of fact, on my watch, I gotta set the time back on here. But everything else, you just set the time and keep it going, keep it moving. Time waits for no man. And that's one thing you have to understand too. That's why I entitled this video here, you know, how to work with difficult people while doing business. I mean, it can be hard. I mean, let's just face it. Like when you working with certain people, you dealing with difficult people in business, it can be hard. It can be a journey. I mean, because everybody don't know how to be a team player. Excuse me real quick. I got to write something down in my notes. Everybody don't know how to be a team player. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how many people, just because they ain't leading or the one in charge, are trying to destroy the whole ship. I mean, and that's crazy, but it actually happens. Again, let me say this again. You will be surprised how many people, just because they ain't the ones in charge of the whole ordeal or the whole business, will be the ones that will try to destroy it just because they ain't. I mean, some people in life just want to cause corruption. I mean, it's like, it's an evil tendency But some people is really here for that. They're here just for the energy of just destroying, destroying something, not making it work, not wanting something to happen. I mean, that's why you have haters. I mean, they might do it from a distance, or they might get in real close and then do it at a certain time to where you wouldn't even expect it. Because all along they felt a certain way to hate or to give off that energy of just to destroy the whole plan. Because they're not involved or they not, they just don't have the mobility to just create in their own space. So sometimes they might just go over somebody else's space and just destroy. Like, let me just go over here and just tear this shit up and just create chaos. I mean, you have it at your jobs, you have it at every work function. And to be honest with you, some jobs, if people let that person stay there and be there, if you think about every job or every business got an asshole there. They got somebody there who's full of shit. And just still come in every day and just still just throwing everybody off balances with a tendency to just, I ain't gonna say destroy the job, but destroy the business. But every job got an asshole. They got a person who just don't have much to bring to the table, but they create chaos. Or they're complaining every day. But the crazy thing is they still come to work every day though. I don't get that. I mean, you can see it all the time. They come in, have a have an attitude. I mean, just all off center, energy off. But they just want to just come into your area or talk to you through past anyway, just complaining. I mean, we see it all the time. Every job got that person. Every business got that person. You got the asshole, you got the complainer, you got the person who just work, probably stay to themselves, be to themselves. Then you got the ones that want to lead, that of course can ease up through the ranks, that will. Then you got your type that want to micromanage. I mean, it's all a system. And all these people have a place in society and a place in business. And like I say, this, I ain't even talking this entertainment. I'm talking about this business in general. I won't be surprised if it's a book out there with just a formula just to keep, like it's a reason that every job, you ever just work somewhere or be on some type of project or event and like y'all that created some type of camaraderie with doing something, and there might be some higher ups that's don't be around too much, but you know they in charge, you know they running the whole scene or whatever. But you might see them in past and they might know a little bit about you. You ever wonder to yourself like how when they come and communicate with you, they know what to talk about, or when they just want to crack that ice and ice break conversation with you, they know how to relate to you, or they know what subject to hit when they talk to you. I mean, you ever thought about these things like when you're at your job and all these different places? I mean, this is for the common folk out there. You ever just think to yourself like, how do your boss just know to talk to you about a certain subject or and all this stuff, or know that this happened to you in your life and you ain't even tell them? I mean, you ever think about that? It's a system, and I'm not even saying that it's bad because there's so many layers to just business in general. But when you do have the difficult people to work with in business, you're running the whole game. So it's gonna happen. You have to understand that. But again, what I was getting at, when it's that boss at your job, he knew about that. Well, I ain't gonna say surgery or anything or something like that because that kind of is gonna get back to him. But it could just be some little small intricate details that you only told a couple people. But somehow the boss is not even around. The boss not even in the building or nothing, or nowhere near you just to know some of these direct things, but they still be knowing like what's going on in your life. That's because it's always someone there to tell. That's part of the formula too. Having somebody around you that's close that can get information that you can't get. That's a part of business. I mean, if I'm running an entity, I can't be everywhere. You have to have some eyeballs around you to see certain things that you can't see. And that's one of the formulas also, like when we say that people can't do everything by themselves. I mean, you're supposed to know that. I mean, anything that's created and build and blossom into something, you gotta have eyeballs around you that can see certain things that you can't see. I mean, that's business. You need that because sometimes you can get blindsided by different options and things that can be coming your way to just throw the whole operation off. But you might have a vision for this, is look at that way. That's why you keep the certain homeboys here or right here, or the young lady or whoever right here. You have to have those eyeballs around you. That's why sometimes you'll be surprised how many artists, I mean, for good or bad. They call it the entourage, of course. Of course, they end up being an entourage because it's somebody more than likely you already knew before you popped off and blew up. But you will have those people around you because they can see certain things that you can't see sometimes. And you have to be able to distinct those type of qualities in that person that you do want to be around or you want around you. Because like I say, doing business, you're going to come across a lot of people. And once you start growing, people are going to approach you about more business, for whether good or bad. And it's on you to take those chances. Because when your opportunity comes and when you start to grow and blossom, you're going to have to distinct the, 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 the business that's making you move forward or the business that can hinder you. Because relationships is relationships also. I mean, most people, well, I'm going to say most, but people who do business from a standpoint of standing on their business or what they really care about, and they putting their integrity into it, the message is going to float around to the next venture that you go to. Your business is going to follow you, whether you want it to or not. Your name is going to be your name out here on these streets. If you come late all the time, the word on the street is going to get out that you be coming late, you do bad business, you pay late, or I mean, you do whatever. You try to sleep with your employees, or every time you go somewhere, you trying to sleep with all the people in the venue. All this stuff. All this stuff is going to follow you. And some people are going to be worried and pay attention to it. Some people are going to care about it, some people are not. And that's how you're going to be able to distinct who's in it for the long run or who in certain business for the short run. I mean, you can have these promoters and all these different people who come through and doing all these shows. They run their name out. Next thing you know, they just switch the name. You get a bad name and a bad rep out here. I mean, that's what they do. They just slide it over here and put in somebody else's name and do it all over again. Just milk the whole cow. I mean, it's money to get. It's business to do. It's a lot of lucrative activities you can get into. And you got to do the same. You got to notice what energy to pull around you when you create something. Because your vision is going to be your vision anyway at the end of the day. I mean, that's all on you. And listen to your inner self. Listen to that calm little voice inside you that say like, okay, well, like this is a good person. Let me keep this person around. Like let's build. You can feel the energy when it's somebody that mean you good and somebody is there for a reason. You can feel it. Now things change over time, and it is what it is. Because situations can cause for that when you're doing business. You can start off in a good place with a good heart and good intentions. But as business grow, I mean, things can just separate, or people can start having just different visions. And a lot of times it don't even just be about being bad or nobody beefing. It's just different goals. I mean, let's just talk about it. I mean, as us blacks and this people, I mean, our feelings can change. I mean, look where we come from. We come from the ghetto. We come from adapting and switching at just about any damn time. I mean, that's just the way we was brought up. We learned to adjust, and a lot of and in a lot of situations, let's just be clear. A lot of us get to a point to where we do what's right for us, and that's kind of like how it got foggy. I mean, these are just my opinions. But that's how I think it just got foggy in our community and doing business and the things that we come across. I mean, we just was accustomed to that. We think a step ahead sometime, whether for right or wrong. Or we'll have our guard up. Because look how many times we've been let down in the ghetto and in the hood, and we all faced with that. So when you come into business, dealing with difficult people in business, you have to monitor those things and understand who you're dealing with. Sometimes you got to ask the person you're doing business with about the personal things, like how's your life going, or what's going on with the family, what's that, because they can translate all that into your business, and like I said again at the beginning of the video, just blow it all out of proportion, because they might be on a whole another mental plane of what they want to do, but you might have a totally different vision. I mean, look how many. I mean, I follow it because I do watch podcasts and a lot of different shows, and I root for a lot of these different shows, and I just keep seeing it. And it's getting to the point I'm seeing so many of them breaking up, and so many shows and so many people that are working together, then it just stop. And then what's happening is they start to just interview all the different people. Then you start to hear all the different opinions of like why it stopped. And it seemed like they all was going in a good place, but then they just stopped. I mean, like lately, like the latest one right now, I have been keeping up with my expert opinion podcast, because I thought it was a very good podcast. I saw it growing. I knew they was next up, but so they didn't split or whatever. So anything, just black people working together. It don't always be for the bad why things stop or things split. People could just have different visions or see it a different way, or just want something they own. I mean, at the end of the day, don't you want ownership? I mean, you can be in it for this, but your end results might be this. And who's to say that I'm or you, the one, could be vice versa, included in each other's goals at the end? I mean, some people can start together, but that don't mean you have to finish together. I mean, that's like a lot of these relationships with managers and stuff like that. People feel so much entitlement. I do understand, as managers and stuff, when you start off, you are the person that believe in the person. Or to say, for instance, at a job, when you start off entry level, but then you start steady progressing in the company, if you grow, you grow. But if these people that you started out with, and that's okay too. But just because we working together and at a point to where it can't be no respect, I mean, that's where it really gets blurry, when there ain't no respect. Or if it's some type of custom of using, or if you using somebody to gain the next step. But when you do it with sincerity, you can use. Yes, use me. If I give you a platform, use my platform. Or if you're in a position to take things to a higher level, use that. Even when you do get rejected or rejection happen, or if you in a company and you get higher positions or whatever, and it work out or don't work out, you still use that experience that you can always take elsewhere or anywhere. That's on your resume now. If you was if you was a manager here, you can take that somewhere else. That manager experience somewhere else. Then you can work to executive or president at this next entity over here. But business is business. I mean, and us as a people, we have to understand that the outcome got to be income. That's how I'm looking at it. As long as the outcome is income. I mean, don't put yourself in a position to do anything for it. But the outcome should be income. And it's going to take time. It's going to take time. You have to understand how those people around you too. The ones that's patient. The ones that understand it's not going to happen overnight. The ones that understand this might take years of dedication and both putting in effort and the same amount of effort. I mean, both going an extra mile, bringing something to the table as a collective to push things forward. Instead of it's kind of like them group projects you had when you was a kid. Remember, you used to be in elementary school and a teacher put you in groups. And it's funny how I'm thinking about this right now. How this just coming to me right now. But remember, like when you was in school, like you was real young, the teacher would put you like in a group of 4 or something at a table or something. They'd just plop something right there on the table and just tell you to create some or whatever the little baby project was or whatever the little quick fix was. You ever notice that even since as a kid, they were trying to teach us how to work together? And if you notice, okay, ask yourself this right now. Which person was you in that group when they used to put you at that table to do that little project or put something together? I mean, who was you in that group? You know what I'm saying? Because you always had the one who was grabbing the pieces fast. You might have had the person who was just like this. I ain't gonna lie, that was me. I was the one just sitting back, I was more passive with it. I mean, like, it's a difference when you care about something, of course. You know what I'm saying? You can tell the difference too, like in whatever classroom it was or what the project was about. Like I said, you had the one that was gonna move fast, to grab some pieces. That's leadership. That's the person who's probably gonna lead, whether it crash or it don't happen or it do happen. That's more likely that's the leader of that little table right there. The one that's trying to be assertive and let's get it done. Then you got the one that, more observant, that's probably looking at him doing that, but just gonna catch him that one little time when he put that one piece that don't really fit. That's the one with the eyeballs right there. That's the one that's calm and cool, that can still have the eye and the vision, even if they not touching everything. So it's like you had all the people at that table. I mean, that's even as kids, and I'm transferring this all the way back to life right now in real time. That's what we have. We have the people that ain't gonna do nothing, but still they feel that's enough to have just as much as the person who's grabbing all those pieces and putting things together. But here's the irony of that also. It's still going to take all those people. That's the irony of that. And I'm not trying to make a whole contradiction of what I just said. But sometimes it still take all those people for that each little thing that they brought to the table to make it work. But just think about them little group projects though. I'm trying to dig a little deeper and think of all the different people and what they do. Because like I say, it'll be the ones that didn't want to do nothing. You had that person. You had a person who might just slide something in there. Slide one thing in there. And then you had the person who was going to talk and represent your table or whatever, your position or what y'all created in y'all group project. That was the one that was verbal. That was the one that can present it. Because maybe the one who was assertive to put it together probably couldn't communicate it out and show what y'all created. That was more like the representative of the whole group. But you have all those things though. You just have business. You just have to create. And I'd have to just pound that term in, create. I mean, every day. I mean, like even with these videos, I just create. Once the video was done, the video was done. I mean, I still be having so many old videos that still being watched right now. They all catching some type of steam. Just cause this video today, right now, when you watching it, you see the 5 views, 6 views, or whatever. This video is still going into a catalog or a library of hundreds of more and thousands of more in the future that can still be researched and tapped on and researched. And that moment is still going to stand the time of the message. I mean, it's going to be a powerful thing. It's just going to be set in stone like books and chapters. It's videos, it's imprint. Like I say, old videos are still being watched daily. I'm trying, and that's one thing all y'all content creators should do. I highly, highly suggest that you go into your, I mean, if you're a YouTube content creator, I highly suggest that you download the YouTube Studio app and research your videos. And when I say research your videos, I mean, look at your analytics, look at the who's watching or where, like it's ways you could look and see a lot of this stuff, especially if you get a certain amount of views on certain ones. And at the time, you can go to these videos and really see small details that can help you in your future. Like you can see like male, female, you can see the age brackets of people that's watching your videos, or you could just still just go back and see videos that's being watched that's catching steam, like it's videos that I don't say I forgot about, but it's old videos that mine like, okay, like this. They have a system to where you can look at how many videos that have been watched in the last 48 hours, or you can look at if they've been watched. Like in the last 48 hours, it can show you like all videos that have been watched. Like it could just be a list over there, and it have the number how many times of videos been watched in the last 48 hours, and then the last hour. Like right now in real time while I'm communicating, making this video, when I get off of here, if I wanted to just go peek at it and look at it, I can see within the last hour what videos been watched and how many times, all through the catalog. Like anywhere, like whichever ones pop up, that's what they didn't peeked on. Or because you got to remember, this whole YouTube space is steady circling and communicate. They steady just pushing videos out to here to just see if somebody, because you're gonna pass some up, of course. I mean, think about your own feed. Noticing now, I've been noticing that the more I make, the more videos that I make, the more videos that they still just pushing and keeping active. I'm like, damn. Because when I look on the analytics, I'm looking like, damn, somebody watched that old ass video. You know, I'm looking like, damn, I thought that video died. I thought that, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I guess it's all a machine, so it is what it is. I'm getting to one more piece. I'm gonna let you go amongst your journey and enjoy this beautiful day. This piece right here, I'm gonna throw this one out here again. This is called New Level, New Devil. It's talking about the different levels of success and how when you make it to another level, it's another obstacle there to slow you down or try to stop you, which sometimes can be one and the same, but it still can't work for you. Listen to me. When positivity is in the making, Here comes the distractions, fakes, snakes, diluted conversations with offbeat interactions. You see, one can feel it. That's why I shut it down to conceal it. Don't try to drown me in your pain. I got problems of my own and I'm just being a realist. You see, I meditate a lot. Shut down my system and absorb. Look at myself from the outside in, but still concentrate on one accord. Talk to me, Lord. Why they think words can hold back my progressions? When I use words to channel minds, flow through time and protect my imperfections. You see, a sin is a sin. A crime is a crime. A dream is a dream, and these devil in the skies ain't taking mine. You see, it's showtime. And I'm passing out popcorn and telling their asses to have a seat. You see, a positive attitude and hard work is something that they can't defeat. You see, some scared of confidence, want to keep us closed inside a box, limit us to liquor stores and churches. When can we see the real God inside and break these slavery locks? See, this is not only a test. You see, it's going to happen because you special. And like they say, it's step by step, right? So just remember that. New level, new devil. Rap talk. That's that piece. It's the live stream for the day. Stay motivated. I just want to talk to you about dealing with difficult people in business. Sometimes you gotta just ignore them, just leave them, let them be. I mean, we all in a business to where we don't have to all like each other. You're going to come across people that's doing better and doing worse. And these relationships that you build, I mean, just keep them at bay, keep them where they at. You don't have to just dwell into someone's whole energy to do business with them. Or when you meet them in certain paths or however, because whatever you do, it's already thousands, if not even more, that do that same type of thing. I mean, the whole energy, if you're an MC, you want to come across other rappers. I mean, you might be cool with them or whatnot, but it's on you if you want to look at them as competition or if you want to look at them as motivation. And what's so crazy is some you might look at them as both, or some you might look at them as, okay, I look at you as competition, but I look at you as motivation over here, or vice versa. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's going to be the decision that you're going to have to make. Because these people are here and they're here to stay. Because they probably want it as bad as you. Some people want it more than you. Give up. Is you want to stand the test? Is you want to keep putting in work? Is you want to keep going to that studio? Or if you're a dancer, and ain't nobody hitting you up to do no background dancing, is you still gonna be going to the gym working out and practicing your routine and all that? Is you still gonna be motivated when things ain't popping off? That's the test. That's the real test right there. Is you still gonna be putting in that work when ain't nobody looking? Is you gonna do that? Is you gonna do that? Or is you going to understand it's going to take years of effort to get it to where you want it to be? Because all it's going to take is that one shot, all it's going to take is that one eyeball, that one set of eyeballs. That's all it's going to take. Somebody can push you to the roof. Not saying that you got to sit there and keep working to wait on that one set. But at the end of the day, that is all it's going to take. Is that one that see the vision. But before that to happen, you gotta believe though. That's the thing. That's the key. Before anything else happens, you got to be the one that believes. So I want you to work on that. Matter of fact, let me leave y'all with this. Just enjoy the journey. Listen to me. The leaves come before the trees. Don't forget the roots. And everything had its beginning. That's what we learned as a youth. And the truth is, it ain't no shortcuts, just hard turns, roadblocks, detours. Everything's hard earned. Listen to me. If the model to follow was the same, there'd be no change and there wouldn't be no reason for me to stay in my lane. But I maintain. Study my peers, open my ears, listen what's being told, and I face my fears. Gears turn in direction for me to reach my highest. I do it for my peoples, for my culture, I'm biased. The seminars and workshops are not worth my time. I rewrite and research and probably start mine. I'm good with my hustle, my struggles, my image. Do what I love until God says I'm finished. I love what I do, so bullshit don't concern me. When it takes time and effort. So enjoy the journey. You must enjoy the journey. Rap talk. Snap, 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 snaps. This shit gonna pop out sooner than you think. Handle your business. Get with y'all in a minute. Rap talk. I'm about to go to the gym and work out. Get my workout in for the day. Oh, this don't even look right on TV. Like, I know what y'all dirty mind. I should have did that. I got them dirty mind. Ah, it is what it is. I was just trying to show my arms. I'm not trying to show off none of my moves or nothing, but that just came out that way. But it is what it is. I catch y'all in a minute on the blacks on the black side. On the other side, I'm about to go give me a workout on and handle some business for the day. Got a couple things I gotta do. I might come back and go live again later on tonight though. Start doing more hair, start cooking more food, selling them dinners. Whatever it is. Whatever business idea you got, that catering company, that entertainment company that you want to start, that balloon setup you got going on, whatever that business venture is you got going on, that art, as good as you draw, you sitting around playing and then exposing yourself and putting your art out there. Do what you got to do, though. I'll get with y'all in a minute, though. I appreciate y'all. Rap talk and building. Share the video to make the channel grow. 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 And if you don't, you will stink. I ain't gonna disrespect you like that. If you don't, it's on you. Can you see I don't even want to just leave it? That's how much I love just doing it. Can you see I don't even want to just? You see, I didn't even do it yet. I didn't even hit my move yet and stop the video yet. Can't you see I don't even want to? I don't even. This connection right here, we building. I don't even want to let you go right now. And I'm glad you just made it to the end of the video like this. Now you my real support. You didn't make it to the end of the video like this. Support is support. But What I got planned? What can I share with y'all? I ain't gonna share all my plans with y'all, but y'all can definitely get the merch. I mean, all this is business. Intelligence is sexy. Connected through Teespring, where I'm just creating it. You can hit the link in the description, get some of the merchandise. I got more merchandise on the way. There's so many ways to be lucrative and create, to monetize what you do. I mean, let's do this. I mean, let's understand this as a people, as a person. So I told you in the other video, a couple videos back, it's okay to monetize and off of what you do, what you good at. You are a service. You're a walking service. You are a business already. You are an entity. What you do. So whatever that is, monetize that. Whatever you're good at. You good at you good at braiding hair, whatever it is. Start doing that shit and put it out to the world. And that same energy gonna come right back. And all those different people that need that service, they're gonna come to you. Of course, it's gonna be competition. It's so many different people out there that do a lot of things. It's not too many new ideas under the sun, but it's something that you can do, and you're there for a reason. It's staying on your mind for a reason. I keep telling you that it's staying on your mind for a reason, because that's what you're supposed to be doing. That energy you putting out, make that revolve around your life to where it can all come back full circle to you. So that way you can flourish that whole vision. And when I say flourish, I mean you can make it bigger. Because if you pushing it out, okay, like right now I'm pushing out that I'm doing videos and doing poetry and kicking the motivation and speaking it. More than likely it's gonna catch the people that want to get the message. I mean, if you're not into this, it's not gonna be for you. You're not gonna stay here. You're not gonna watch it. And I did that, and I understand that, and that's what you have to understand when you create, especially as an artist. Once you push it out there, it's no longer yours. I mean, it could be your baby. You can hold on to it, and you definitely gonna be like, damn, that's my shit, and you want to hold on to it. But as an artist, when you put something out there, although it's a part of you, you're giving off a piece of yourself to the world. And once people hold on to that, they can flip it and bounce it any way they want to, because then it came across their whole radar. So if it's in you, it's in you. And that's one thing too, it have to be in you, not on you. Cause all the weak, they gonna fade away. The weak, they gonna fade away. It's gonna happen. They don't see it. They don't see it. They not gonna see it. If you want the information is there. We live in the questions. If you can even do that part, you on to something. If you know which direction to even go into, if you even know which way to walk to your goal, that's the advantage right there. Because some people can't even do that. You'll be surprised who can't even do that. They can't even just fathom the thoughts of knowing which way to walk, because the brain is so clouded with nonsense and other people's success or other people's downfalls or doubts or anything, or their opinions. They don't even know which way to even walk to the path to go to enjoy the journey. That poem, like the poem I just did. You know, that's what the journey calls for. But I'm out of here though. Like I told you, I got shit to do. Well, I'm out. Get with y'all in a minute on the flip side, man. Rap talk.